what is sentence pattern? Sentence pattern is arrangement of words in a sentence. And it means that the placement of subject, verb, and object are correct to make meaningful sentences. In this lesson, we are going to discuss one by one the basic sentence patterns such as SIV, STVDO, STVIODO, STVDOOC, and SLVSC. The first pattern is subject plus intransitive verb. Subject is a person or thing that is being discussed in the sentence, while intransitive verb is a type of verb that does not require an object. Let's further understand this pattern by examples. For example, she arrived. She subject, arrive is intransitive verb. The building collapsed. Building is the subject, collapse is the intransitive verb. He runs fast. He subject, runs is intransitive verb. Fast is an adverb modifying the verb runs. These sentences do not have an object. The next pattern is STVDO, or subject plus transitive verb plus direct object. Transitive verb is the opposite of intransitive verb. This time, it requires an object to complete the meaning of the sentence, while direct object receives the action. Let's see the examples. For example, Justin kicked the ball. Justin is the subject. Kick is the transitive verb, while the ball or ball is the direct object. He arranged the chairs. He subject. Arrange is the transitive verb, while the chairs or chairs is the direct object. I turn on the computer. I subject, turn on transitive verb. The computer is the direct object. This time, we need an object to complete the meaning of the sentence because transitive verb is not complete by itself. Next, STVIODO, or subject plus transitive verb plus indirect object plus direct object. You already know some of these terms. I will just define what is indirect object. Indirect object is a noun or pronoun receiving the direct object. Let's further understand indirect object and this pattern by examples. For example, my mother made me a dress. Mother is the subject. Made is the transitive verb. Me is the indirect object. And dress is the direct object. The teacher gave the students an assignment. Teacher is the subject. Gave, transitive verb. The students is the indirect object, while assignment is the direct object. Uncle Hernan sent me a gift. Uncle Hernan, subject. Sent, transitive verb. Me, indirect object. Gift, direct object. As I mentioned earlier, indirect object is the receiver of the direct object. In the first example, the direct object is dress, and its receiver is me. Therefore, me is the indirect object. Same in the second and third example. The direct object is assignment, and its receiver is the students. Therefore, students is the indirect object. In the third example, gift is the direct object and its receiver is me. Therefore, me is the indirect object. Indirect object can be a noun or a pronoun. Another pattern is STVDOOC, or subject plus transitive verb plus direct object plus object complement. You should know by now what is a subject as well as transitive verb and a direct object. Let's define what is object complement. Object complement describes, names, or gives information about the object. Let's see the examples. I find the book interesting. I subject, find transitive verb, book direct object. Interesting describes the direct object book. Therefore, it is object complement. Next. The owner made Princess assistant manager of the restaurant. The owner is the subject. Made is the transitive verb. Princess is the direct object, while assistant manager of the restaurant is object complement because it gives information about the direct object Princess. Last. I named the dog Buddy. I subject, name transitive verb, dog direct object, and Buddy is object complement because it names the direct object dog. The last pattern is SLVSC, or subject plus linking verb plus subject complement. Linking verb links the subject in its complement, while subject complement describes or provides information about the subject. It can be an adjective or a noun. Let's see the examples. For example, she is intelligent. She is the subject, is the linking verb. Intelligent describes the subject she, therefore it is subject complement. Next, I am a student. I subject, am linking verb. Student is a subject complement because it gives information about the subject I. Last, he looks nervous. He subject, looks linking verb. Remember that sensory verbs can be linking verbs. Nervous is subject complement because it describes the subject he. This is the end of this lesson. I hope you learned a lot today and thank you for listening.